Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is Vaisheshika Prabhu's tune. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Keep playing. So last evening also we were speaking that how when we offer food to Lord, we don't offer dal chawal every day. We'll cook different items and we'll serve them. And we are very conscious of seasons also, right? We don't serve aam and khatta, pear and peach in winter. We don't do it. We do it in summer. We are very conscious of what suits the transcendental stomach of Thakurji. So for the similar reason, it's about serving the kirtan also. What's important is of course Harinam, but then there is this whole system of classical ragas, and this particular raga is Hamsa Dhwani, being the sound of Hamsa, and it is sung beginning 7 p.m. Correct. Yeah, 7:25 p.m. So it is characterizing that mood of the day, and this is the time where today we'll speak a bit about it, where Krishna plays the flute and gopis hear the fruit. Fruit, no, flute. And in Hindi, we know this time. In Sanskrit and the Hindi word is the same. It's called Pradosh Kal. Just before the Madhya Ratri, the Pradosh Kal. So you can imagine Krishna is playing the flute and going after them. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Divine grace, Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembly. All glories to Sri Gauranga, Guru and Gauranga. Madhyamatimirandasya Jnanashalakaya Chakshurudiptam Nirnasya Shri Bhagave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manoisha Samidam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Mayam Dadati Swahantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnava Shri Rupa Sagrajatam Sagaranatam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sanditam Krishna Chaitanyam Shri Radha Krishna Sadvaitam Shri Krishna Namah Vishnupada Krishna Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namine Namaste Saraswati Gaudavai Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschadya Devasari He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Kirunavando Jagat Krishna Gopika Kanta Namaste Tat Kanchana Nirali Vrindavaneshwari Vrishnavani Devi Pranamami Hari Vanchakalpatarobhyasya Kripasinubhyaya Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Yoga Bhave Swabhava Sumadhuramavatirno Bhaktarope Lobha Jayati Kanakudhama Shri Chaitanya Nama Hari Hayati Vesha Shri Shachi Sonuresha Hantaya Madhyavala Haridas Yadrama Krishna Charana Sparsha Pramodaha Manam Tanoti Sahago Ganayostayorya Pani Yasuya Vasa Kandara Kandamulai Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yakripatamanam Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Jai Shri Radhe Thank you so much for again coming. Today is the finale, and I'm so grateful for giving this opportunity by Swan. We should say all the three together, right? Some Mamish, Linwood, and Balaji View, Bellevue. And I've heard Maple Valley. So I'm so grateful for everybody to orchestrate the service of this servant, and our glories to His Holiness Hari Glass Maharaj for manifesting these dhams here. And it's nourishing for this servant as well. We seek blessings of all our acharyas, especially today we are entering into Vrindavan. So all the more it is required. I was thinking how these three chapters can be done in one class, one session. The book has 14 chapters. Both khandas are 7 chapters each. We have done 2 chapters in the second discussion, 2 chapters It was yesterday. Today we'll do three chapters. The idea of combining them together is because of the mellow. How will I do it? How will we do it? Only Krishna and Radharani know, so we need all the blessings. And today the topic is about separation.
Prabhu, so we want to introduce Patty. She lives across the street. She heard the music kirtan and she got attracted and she's joining us tonight.
Thank you.
Please welcome her.
Thank you. Come on in. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome. So today will be a musical, like Moulin Rouge. We can sing in the heart. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. So, with those blessings, we begin our discussion of the chronicles of not
Narada.
Narnia, but Narada. And this is the fourth discussion. In the first, we talked about what made Narada, being Narada, right? His different four lifetimes, beginning with Brahma's son. Then he was cursed to become a Gandharva, Upabarhana, because he was little arrogant. Then again, he was cursed to become a maidservant son, so that everything was stripped off, and he knew the value of the association of wise people. And finally, he becomes the traveling spaceman, Narada. And now he's going here and there to find out who is the recipient of the greatest grace and mercy. Thank you, Ram Maharaj. Greatest mercy of Sri Krishna. And in all this discussion, two significant points are coming. Two significant points, rather questions. First question: can we celebrate others' growth? First question. Can we celebrate others' growth? Or we are only worried about our growth? It is said in spiritual life that whatever we think, we become that. If we meditate on the doshas of other, we'll get it. Next time, we'll exactly do the same thing we were pointing the fingers. In first canto, it is said, Suchakasyapi tad bhavet. One who even points, and when the authority is not there, will get it. And all of us have that experience. One of my great family friends, we were discussing, I was thinking, my wife was criticizing maybe some. So that's the first question. So that's the first question. And within the womb of that question lies the concept which we touched upon in the first session at Ram Maharaj's home, Asuya. Asuya is a Sanskrit word. It means two things. Parodaya dvesha, which means feeling angst on somebody else's growth. And second is Guneshu dosha avishkaranam, inventing faults where there are good qualities. This is Asuya. But we all want to become Anasuya, isn't it? So that's the first question. Can we celebrate others' growth? The second question is, can we see others' devotion as inspiring? Can we see others' devotion as inspiring, whether he belongs to our Guru Varga or different Guru Varga or different temple or different Sampradaya or different religion? See, Sampradaya means a boat in which we cross over this material world to reach to lotus feet of Krishna. Certainly, we can't put one feet in one boat and other feet in the other boat. Disaster is soon to come. So we need only one boat, one mantra, one boat, a set of books. And that's the way, isn't it? But that doesn't mean we throw the kankar and the patthar on the other boat. If you're not on my boat, you drown. Doesn't make sense. In fact, the spirituality should get so evolved that if we go to some other sampradaya, like Ram Bhaktas, Vishnu Bhaktas, or we go to some other religion, even a church, we can feel, oh, how my Lord is being worshipped in such a different way. That was the sentiment of Bhaktivinoda Thakur. And aren't we seeing this in this entire narration? Everybody's worshipping in a different way and saying what? Oh, his worship is better than me. Isn't it amazing? This is like no insecurity. The heart is full of love. So, with these two, we begin. And when we have these two understandings, that first, we appreciate others' growth, second, we take inspiration from others' devotion, then what happens? Even though we have boundaries, correct? We do have boundaries, right? We build bridges. We have boundaries, but we build bridges. And if we build bridges, we become bridgebasis. We want to become bridgebasi. So, for those who don't know this word, bridgebasi is not one who plays bridge. Not that bridge game. Oceans 11 or Oceans 21, if somebody of you know about that. But it's the Brijvasi who are residents of the land of Vrindavan, where the Lord Krishna and Radha rule and where we'll be entering today. So today we have to enter to Vrindavan, which means we have to become Brijvasis, which means we have to create bridges. And I think ISKCON Seattle, under the leadership of His Holiness Harivilas Maharaj, has shown that we can build bridges with Sri Vaishnavas. I remember when I first came here in 2018, Harivilas Maharaj in his class was quoting Tulsidas and Mirabai. I was jumping. I mean, not in the class, that would be disturbing, but in my heart, that why can't we celebrate their devotion? उन्होंने क्या बिगाड़ा है? Or if suppose we somehow get Ganesh Murti or Shivji Murti from our family tradition, why to throw them off the altar? We can keep them and tell, please increase my bhakti to Lord Krishna. In fact, that's what Tulsidas does in his book called Vinay Patrika. He says, Gaya, Gaya Ganapati Jagvandan, give me Ram Bhakti. And we also knows that Ganapati holds on his tusk the lotus feet of Nrsimhadev. And he gets the power to remove the obstacles from Nrsimhadev. And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, so that way we move. We are making bridges and we are becoming, hopefully, Bridgevasi. So the level one or the chapter one was Bhauma. Narad Muni meets Questying a Brahmana. He is worshipping a small Shalagram Shila. And Narad Muni says, you are the great. He said, no, I'm just worshipping this much. You should go to the ruler of this country called Sarvabhauma. And he goes there, he finds he's worshipping a deity, a big Vigraha. And people are coming and they have free stay, free prasadam, like anybody knows a place where you get free prasadam all the time? Of course, it's not Seattle. Other than that, in India, which is that place? Where we eat food and become Anandamay. Jagannath Puri, yeah. Anand Bazar. It is said Jagannath's hands are never dry. Why? Because he keeps eating and they keep washing his hands, so they are never dry. आप धुलाते रहते हैं. It's the land of khao or mukti pao. Eat and get liberation. So, the idea of Jagannath Puri is roped in here. Then Sarvabhauma says, okay, fine, but I'm a human being. I have ailments. My back always hurts. My mind is troubled by anxiety. Somebody else will come, and perhaps this is 15th century, and we know what crazy times we were there in India, where Mughals were there, Tughlaqs, Lodhis, and down there in Hyderabad, there were Nizams. They were only happy making Hyderabadi biryani. Hare Krishna. And one of them, one of the ruler, he was so crazy. He bought all the jewelry. He sold all the jewelry and the money in his whatever tijori to make guns of gold. A big, tanks of gold. So people were doing a lavish life or living very lavishly. But during this time, Jagannath Puri and the saints were protecting this land. And this king is perhaps hinting, I'm affected by the attacks. So go to the level two, the chapter two called Swarga. In Swarga, whom you should meet, Indra Bhagwan, because the younger brother of Indra Bhagwan is Upendra or Vamana. And he's sitting on Garuda and he's taking the offerings. But Indra says, Baba, I have made so much of mess. Do you think that's Krishna's mercy? Every time somebody is doing tapasya, I get insecurity. And so many times I've troubled them, and Vishnu doesn't care about me. He cares only about my parents and gurus. So he goes away. So you should go to Brahma Loka Brahma, because there Vishnu is present in thousand-headed way. So again, we'll recapitulate what's going on. First, a person's bhakti is shown. Second, Narad Muni goes there and says, Tumi toho, you are the one. And then person says, I'm not the one. The other one is important, and he glorifies. Narad Muni runs there immediately and finds more than what was glorified. And this is, in computer language, for while loop. Do they still use it in Java? No. ChatGPT? Yeah.
Yeah.
While loop. Come back to the top. So Brahmaji says, Baba, I understand thousand-headed Vishnus, but a leader must be responsible for the offenses of his subordinates. All are my subordinates, and something happened there. All are my subordinates, and their offenses, like Danavas trouble Krishna, Daityas trouble Krishna, Asuras trouble Krishna, Suras also trouble Krishna. So, how can you say that I have received mercy? So, therefore, you should go to outside this planetary system to a loka which is Prapanchatit. Atit means out, Prapanch means this Prapanch, this whole world. Where should you go? Bhagwan Shiv, Lord Shiv. And we understood his nature yesterday, how his different forms are there. But Mahadev said, What are you talking about? I was the one who appeared as Bhagavad Pa Sri Shankaracharya. And Shankaracharya was Vairagya Pradhan. So much Vairagya Pradhan, he wrote Kopin Panchakam. Kopinavantam Khalu Bhagyavantam. Vairagya. And if we see his song about Bhaja Govindam, it's highly Vairag. Balastavad Krida Sakta Tarunastavad Taruni Sakta. When you're a child, we play. Correct, Mukunda? When we are Tarun, we care about Taruni. Or when Taruni care about the Tarun. I hope nobody is named Tarun or Taruni here.
Yeah.
Means a young boy will care about the young girl, and the young girl will care about the young boy. And Vriddhastavat Chinta Sakta. In Vriddhavastha, in the old age, it's Chinta. Pare Brahmani Kopi Na Sakta. But nobody is thinking about Parabrahma Krishna. He was Bhagavad Pashri Pashankaracharya, who came and expounded the impersonalist philosophy, focusing on mukti, which devotees don't want to hear. So Mahadev is saying that I have done a big mess here. You cannot call me as the mercy recipient. So you should go to Vaikuntha Vasis. And before he could say, his wife Parvati says that my friend is there, Mahalakshmi. Go there. And now he thought, Mahadev, here a phone call is happening. Let me take him on the side and tell him the knowledge that even those who are on the earth or even in the hellish planetary systems or lower planetary system, but if they are worshipping properly, they are Jivan Muktis. Even so much that their bodies are also not material. It's just an illusion they are material. Or just to keep it ordinary. Was Srila Prabhupada's body ordinary? No, but just an external thing so that if we take it, we don't take bhakti to be like only magical, but grounded to earth. So he tells them, go to, where did he go? Sutala, where, who is sitting? Prahlad Maharaj ki jai. Prahlad Maharaj says, I'm a Daitya, I don't have much buddhi. I just saw Vishnu once when I opened the eyes near the ocean. And if we have seen Narsimha Avatar movie, we know he opens the eyes. I just saw once. I remember when requirement is there, when obstacles are there. Otherwise, I don't remember. You should go therefore to a person who is doing active service. And who is he? भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे. But his main glory is राम रसायन तुमरे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा. You always remain Raghupati ke das. You do all sorts of service. So go to Kim Purusha Varsha, where Hanumanji is worshipping Raghunath deity. But Hanumanji says, we belong to the category of monkeys. And if you don't know, and if you haven't come to downtown Vrindavan, you won't understand the import of Hanumanji's statement. The monkeys are Chaturbhuj. They have four hands. So if they steal your camera, glasses, you have to at least give them a ransom of two fruities. On the days of one fruity. Why? Because they will hold one fruity with one hand, hold another fruity with another hand, hold the camera with another hand, and still they are waiting. Maybe I can get one more. And what happens if his another Chaturbhuj friend is nearby? Gaye. Because his Mahaprasad will be attacked by him. And whole day you will be keeping throwing fruities. So Hanuman, and you would think, what's going on? I mean, they can peacefully eat rotis. Of course, we have created an ecological mess of cutting down the trees. They had fruits to eat. Now they have fruities to drink. So Hanumanji is telling, I belong to the Bandar class, monkey class. I don't have that much information. He's being self-effacive here. Don't go, don't come here, but go to whom? Pandava. With that, we begin the level 5 today, or the chapter 5 called Priya. What? Priya. Bhauma, Swarga, Prapanchatit, Bhakta, and then Priya means dear. And these are Pandavas. And Bilkul Christopher Nolan's cut. I don't know. Subhash Gahi cut. Pick your favorite director. Right there, cut is there of the director's camera angle. And what are Pandavas doing? The verse number one. Now, I think many of you might get stomach, not the neck ache. So it's also in the phone. So those who can turn as a part of exercise can do, and those who are in the balcony, this is balcony or box, they can use the phone. Okay. तावत् कस्यापि यागस्य विपत्पातस्य वामिषात् कृष्णम् आनाय पश्याम इति मन्त्रयता स्वकैः इति मन्त्रयता. Goshti is happening. All the Pandavas are sitting between each other. What should we do? Sometimes, I don't know about you, where school we were there were some Khurapati kids. You know Khurapati? Can't be translated in English. Khurapati kids. So they would always do mantrana. Maja kaise create kare? So somebody put a Sutli bomb in the restroom. You know the Sutli bomb? Nobody knows. And then some other thought, no, 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 bullet bomb is nice. So every time when we will come near Diwali, it will be firecrackers in the restroom. And now why they were doing? To create a maza, right? For Pandavas, what is the maza? Krishna must come. So they are thinking, which trouble to create? Which trouble to create? So they are saying, Tavat Kasyapi. Kasya means koi bhi. What? Yagya. Let's do some yagya. Because if we do yagya, he'll come. Then somebody said, no, 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 no. We have done too much yagya. It is very clear to Krishna, we're making out. So he said, Vipat Patasya. Let's create a trouble. Why? Because then we'll attract Krishna and we'll see him. Pashyamaha. We all will see him. Not Pashyami, I will see. Pashyama, we'll all see him. So they are discussing amongst each other. Narad Muni sees this. He's like happily jumping around and saying what? Tumi to. And he directly goes into a whole litany of verses. Even he is quoting the Bhagavad verses, which is saying that Pandavas, you are better. Brahma and Rudra worship you. Then Bhakta Prahlad and Hanumanji get some closer devotion. Well, Hanumanji has Dasya, alone bhakti. Prahlad can remember Narsimha Dev. But you all have this devotion. So now we are entering the realm of formal devotion to spontaneous devotion. Formal devotion in which is aupcharikta, or rather awe and reverence in Das Bhav, but we are entering into the three higher levels: Sakhya, Vatsalya, and Madhurya. These three bhavas we are entering of a friend, parent, and a lover. So, Narada Muni glorifies and says in Baaton Hi Baaton mein, in these talks, Krishna is so wonderful. He has such a beautiful Madhuri, and you are drinking that Rupa Madhuri. So, using this episode of discussion, they have revealed the Rupa Madhuri. Dear devotees, this is a very powerful way of getting over our past bad habits, which is sometimes the habits come back, right? Knock, knock, I'm here. It happens with all of us. So I've known there are people who just go and sit in front of Lord. I talked to him for 2 hours, 1 hour. And Udanchu, there was one person who could never get rid of Linkin Park, Metallica, and Iron Maiden and all those head banging metal. I don't know why, how people do it, why people do it. It's just sar mein dard. But he would never get rid of it, but he would like Kirtan also. So what he would do, he would just go and sit in front of Lord, just look at him. And after a while, he said, he revealed to somebody who revealed to me, he felt no icha in Linkin Park, no icha in all those, you know, head banging music. It was all Kirtan. Rup Madhuri is very powerful. And there are some people who are born with such credits from their past life that they could just taki lगा के ठाकुर जी को देख सकते हैं. Because Thakur ji is also interesting, he won't blink. They won't blink. We knew about such person. His name was Anup ji in Jodhpur, and householder. But what was he coming, bringing from previous life? He was such an old soul, as we say in the language, that when he was working and he would see, that song of the Anand movie, Kahin Do Jab Sanj Ka Gana, right? I forgot. So, Sanj means evening. So, he would see the evening and he would start crying in the work. Why? Because he would remember Avani Leela of Krishna. Avani means Anna. And his manager would think, Kya ho gaya? So, like, imagine you're a civil construction agent and you're wearing that topi and hat and you're working and suddenly you start jharjar, syringe. The manager was a little pious, so he inquired, this is a true story within the last 20 years. And what happened? The manager said, realize this is an old soul. So what did he do? Full pension. You go, Baba, home and do your bhakti. And when he was married, they went for, they call it Madhu Chandrama. You know Madhu? Somebody got the Madhu Chandrama. English translation is honeymoon. So they went for Madhu Chandrama to Shimla and Manali, I think. So, well, the newlywed was inside the room taking care of few things, and this fellow is outside, and imagine his door was closed, he's outside and just shaking. So, what happened? And when she opens door and goes out, this person is like syringe. In Hindi, we call phapap ke rona. When the girls are married, they do so. They may not want also, but the environment is such. Chalo ro lete. Phapap ke rona, which is siskiyan leke. It is like ardent crying, and they said, "What happened? Did you find a wrong match, or what happened?" I don't know. I'm sad. Gira She also thought he would have a would sing the Pushti songs in front. Mataji would cook for the family. The kid would play play Pakhavats. The daughter will sing the family Kirtan party. That's all they would do. Unfortunately, in Kedarnath disaster in 2014, everyone left the body. Sometimes it's said, जो जिस ठाकुर जी जिसको ज्यादा प्यार करते हैं उसको थोड़ा जल्दी ले लेते हैं. Whomever Thakur ji loves the most, perhaps it takes him very quickly. So when I heard this, I was thinking, oops, I could have seen them. But then one of my friend gave the kirtans they would do in front of. So I heard those kirtans, and we also felt, and those who heard those kirtans felt, okay, so these are out of the world kirtans. There was some, they call it Virahati Tasir. Now, this is a Hindi word, which means in the womb of those kirtans there was a separation from Roop Madhuri. And in such talks, only Narad Muni is revealing the Roop Madhuri, and he's saying, Shloka number 2, Manye Travatarishanna, Manye Travatarishanna, Swayam Evam Asau Yadi, Swayam Evam Asau Yadi, Tadasya Bhagavataiva, भविष्यत् प्रकटा हि नहीं. I think Manye, I think Narad Muni is saying Atra Avatarishan. If na, Yadi, if he would not have appeared, who? Krishna. Then what would happen? Are you think that he is just the controller of Taras? But who is of Sanatan Dharma? What? Monotheistic. There is one Advaya Tattva, which Tattva means not to. Now people say, you have so many Devata, that means 33 crores, include their wives, 66 crores. So many Devi Devatas, correct? So how does it match? You're saying one God, but there are 33 crores. So welcome to the Bharatnatyam dance mudra, which I'll show now. Why it is proven to be Advaya, one Tattva. See, Hinduism, not rather Hinduism, Sanatan Dharma can be defined as multi-level. This is almost a Bharatnatyam mudra. Multi-level, polymorphic, duo, monotheism. Did we speak about it? No. Okay. Multi-level, which means there are many devatas, correct? Kul devta, kul devi, ityadi, but all are jivas. Dead see from this side, this, see from this side, this. But I give you full shoot. मन में करते रहो. There's a one of our friend does Ram 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 Ram. It's very quick. Or we can do rather. It's not recorded, right? Otherwise they'll think क्या चल रहा है. But full shoot, we can chant anytime. Hare Krishna mantra. That would be our Mahavakya for tomorrow. We will क्या बोलते हैं आटे को उसी में गूंथेंगे हम. Is it back? Yeah, the Wi-Fi was not working. Okay. So Devaki is there. Satyabhama is there, Rukmini is there, queens are there, everybody is there. Uddhav has just come out. Krishna, for some reason, sleep in all the Dwarka. He is trying to explain to Narada, or which he cannot explain to Narada. Words of laptop. मन ना भये दस बीस पूतो मन ना भये दस बीस पूतो मन ना भये दस बीस मन ना भये दस. Gopis are telling Uddhav when he comes here to give them information and gyan, Uddhav, we do not have 10-20 man. We do not have 10 or 20 minds. We have, right? We can figure it out from the one on our web browser. How many minds we have? So they are saying what? एक हुतो सो गयो श्याम संग एक हुतो सो गयो श्याम संग अवराधे ईश ईश अवराधे ईश Stop playing. He's saying, the gopis are saying, एक ही था. We had just one mind and it has gone away with Sham. How can we even worship our deities at home? We don't have 10, 20 minds. What are you talking about? Keep playing. Sithil. Keep playing. Sithil. And without Madhav. And the swas is Ataki. Ataki means it's not even coming out. तुम तो सखा श्याम सुंदर के तुम तो सखा श्याम सुंदर के सकल लोग के ईश ईश सकल लोग के Oh, you are the Sakal Sham Sundar, who is the Sakal Yog ke is all the yog, everything he knows it. You have to do something. He has taken away our mind. Surdas Rasikai Patiya Surdas Rasikai Patiya Purvo Man Gagani They are doing a vyang on Thakurji. Ah, you are a friend on Uddhav. You are a friend of Krishna. Ah, he is a Sakal Jog. Everything he knows. So Surdas is praying in the mood of the gopis to Krishna that you fulfill our heart's desire, you have gone away. Uddhav has seen that love and therefore he tells Narad Muni, you also know exactly what I prayed, that you make me a Gulmalata in Vrindavan. You all know it. But it's not my greatness. It's the greatness of whose? Gopis. See what's happening here. What is happening here? Narad Muni did the fan the spark. Now Narad Muni is out of the picture. Nowhere else it happened, right? Narad Muni was always in the picture. Now Narad Muni has done the fan the spark. And now these are all discussing amongst each other. Narad Muni is behind. Welcome to Vrindavan. You will enter Vrindavan only as a salt. Salt का नमक का पता नहीं है खाने में होना चाहिए, but we don't see it. It's called the greatness of the littleness. What? The greatness of the littleness. The power of anonymity, which means we are all spot boys and spot girls. We create the stage, and the stage belongs to Radha and Krishna. Where are we? All back. We are all back altar people. We don't go on the altar for ourselves, right? Sleep sometimes. He's saying, Mother, give me some fresh butter. Oh Radha, oh Lalita. And sometimes he pulls my cloth and asks me, Chandramali. And then at times, suddenly he wakes up. He rises from the bed and cries in a pitiful voice, drowning us in pain. He has not even performed his daily duties today. He has not waken up. This is the pain which gopis have also suffered, right? So Surdas sings again. Are you with me? Hari kahu Priti padmo patang kari pavak. What else? Ali sut pri kari jal sut so. Put manj gayo. Who is Ali? Not Heather Ali, not Haji Ali. Mario. Hard to do. to do Preeti, right? Then Sarang Preeti Mukh Sayo. Sarang means the deer did the Preeti towards the sound. And then he got the arrow. He did Preeti towards Madhav. Chalata Kachukayo. Surdhas Prabhu Binu Dukh Pavat Nainani Neer Payo. So what's happening? Narad is out of the picture. They are all discussing about the glories of gopis and not so glories of Krishna. Baldev says is big cheater. He keeps sending us, he doesn't go. Poor Narada is on the side, and Parikshit says, Shloka number 6 and 7, we recite it together. Are you all with me? Yes. All the technology is fit. Who cares? Well, we care for those who are listening online, but then Thakurji is listening, so out of control. Shri Parikshiduvach Idamakarnya Bhagavan Uthaya Shayanadrutam Priya Prema Paradhino Rudanuchair Bahirgataha. Krishna is hearing all this. He gets up from his bed and he is Priya Prem Paradhina. He is dependent on the prem of his Priya. He starts crying. All of them are remembering the crying of gopis. Now Krishna starts crying. Everybody else starts crying. So welcome to the crying school. But there is one lady who is latest Korabati. She is Padmavati. He says, why you should lament? She is Pakka Baniya maybe. I don't know. Or maybe Sindhi. Although that is not installed in my head. Finances, Thakurji dalna hi bhul gaye. While living 11 years in the home of Nanda Maharaj is here. So, you two brothers enjoyed various comforts, okay? So, for that, I swear my husband will repay Nanda twice over. Whatever comforts were enjoyed by Krishna and Balram, you don't have to go to Vrindavan back again. Whatever comforts we'll calculate and with the inflation rate. So inflation rate is twice over and we'll pay them back. My husband will see to it that Garga Muni calculates the amount to the smallest fraction. Mol tol अच्छे से होगा and he should not go there. Nobody pays attention to Padmavati. Suni unsuni kardi. Shinvan apina shinvati. And here the discussion goes again. What should Krishna do? Should he go back? Should he not go back? Padmavati's suggestion? Nobody takes care, which is a great lesson for all of us. If somebody is doing khitpit, ignore. Udasinavad asinam. Why? Because they understand that they won't like any other things which Krishna kept sending, like gifts, like other people, Uddhava. Then Balram he sent, isn't it? So no other person. Surya singing again. These acharyas have really looks like sat in the heart of the gopis and given these songs. One of our acharyas of our movement, His Holiness Radha Govind Das Goswami Maharaj, whose appearance day, Vyas Puja, will also be celebrated tomorrow. In his many of the kathas, he will just sing Dharavahik Surdasis and all these songs. One of the song acharyas which he brings is Jagannath Ratnakar. And Jagannath Ratnakar has written a small book called Uddhava Shatak. 100 songs of this Leela between Uddhav and Gopis. Because the bhav can be understood only through poetry. Padya ke through it is very hard. So what he's saying, Kahan rayo meri man mohan. वह मूर्ति जियते नहीं विसरति आपुर कहीं जियते नहीं विसरति अंग अंग सब सोहन अंग अंग सब सोहन Why? कान बिना गोरे सब व्याकुल कान बिना गोरे सब व्याकुल Padmavati could say, right? Maybe send bhusa. But they don't like bhusa. Cows like kana. Without kana, they are bakul. Bengali will say, right? Bakul. And what happens? Olya ve bhai dohan. Olya ve bhai. They won't give milk also. Eh? माखन खात खवावत ग्वालन माखन खात खवावत ग्वालन ठाकुर जी खुद तो खाते हैं और खवाते हैं नॉट लाइक खाते रहो ये ठाकुर जी का है ही ईट्स बट खिलाते भी खूब हैं खात खवावत सखा लिए सब गोहन गोहन सखा लिए सब गोहन गोहन सूरदास प्रभु के बिछुरे ते मरियत है अति छोहन क्षण क्षण हम मर रहे हैं उद्धव says that don't do anything. And Krishna is Krishna. Who knows his heart? He says, I'll write love letter. Kabutar, ja, ja, ja. Or peacock, ja, 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 whatever. He wants to write a letter. Uddhav is beating the hand. इसको कौन समझाए? Again, who will explain to him? They don't need letters now. They just need you. Rohini said, because now again, Padmavati interjected, right? Devaki, you have been bribed by Nanda Maharaj. That's why you are speaking, and she tries to bring politics and little bit diplomacy. Of course, she's mother of Kamsa. So this time she's chided by Rohini because Kamsa's mother Padmavati hurls an accusation saying that these people need extra labor, so they want Krishna and Balram. And they just want them to do the grazing of the cows. Rohini says, are you foolish, Padmavati? Do you think that the cows will trouble Krishna for them to graze? They graze automatically. In fact, it is Krishna who sometimes takes the ghas poos and puts it in all his ornaments so that the cows will come and instead of he cuddling them, they will cuddle. Right, because they will take out the grasses and things like that, and they will pulverize all the rocks and make it Johnson baby powder soft sand. Raj Raj, nobody knows Johnson baby powder. Yeah. Anyway, Mridanga, it is now used to tune tablas and Mridanga only. So it becomes soft. What are you talking about? They just live to see Krishna. And here, after listening to all of this, Krishna and Balram embrace, fall down, crying. Or ask the Janta Express chal rahi hai Agast Kranti. We may have to take few more minutes. Are you with me? Tomorrow anyway holiday, but I won't go too long. So we end this chapter 6 on this sad note that Krishna and Balram have fallen into the embrace, crying, and everybody else is crying. Welcome to the crying school. And this is a test for us. Please understand, we don't have to, if somehow the ofan comes out of tears, fine. But then we don't have to tell our mind also that I have cried because mind will do the ghapla. The best is indoor. Close the door, chant loud in front of, and there you can do nearby. But nobody must know what's going on. It's between us and Sri Radha and Krishna. Because if the mind comes to know, you'll say, maybe you might want to post on Facebook. Today I cried 2 gallons of tears. Feeling blessed and blessed. I didn't want to tell, but what to do. And from a sidelong glance, the photo is recorded, and then curtsy, a dear devotee, when I was crying. Mind is very, very dhapla baj. It's the acharyas tell us that mind must not know even our realization and ecstasies, because it may utilize it to show that we are ultra pure devotee, not pure devotee, UPD, ultra pure devotee. So the chapter ends, and we are now to the last chapter, which is Purna or perfection, and it begins with Lord Brahma coming. Why? Because when Krishna cries, when everybody cries, the entire universe cries, and Brahma does not know. Brahma comes. Narad Muni is on the side. In fact, he thought, "Bhaiya, kya kar diya?" So he went, hid, hid behind the clouds. Remember, we started our discussion in the first session that Narad Muni likes to hide behind the clouds. Maybe he was the one who made the Akashvani to come, sir. So, Narad Muni is out of the picture. This is a lesson to us. Make your plans when you go to Vrindavan, but you do not know Radharani's plan may work over and above your plan. So here Brahmaji comes on the swan because he has to figure out bhaiya sab kyun ro rahe hain? Why everybody is crying? And he feels the only reason could be Thakur ji. Some Leela is happening. He also comes, starts crying. But he then becomes sober. Oh, I have to control things. Maybe he has intelligence. The Bhavuk manas are crying. Or maybe Krishna gave him intelligence from the heart. He thinks, wait a minute, a solution is there. In this Dwarka, we have a Nava Vrindavan. What? Nava Vrindavan, which was made by Vishwakarma. It is Disneyland or Vrindavan land. We have dioramas of Nanda Maharaj, Gop, Yashoda Maya with the Navneet, Radharani with the Sakhis like that, and a lot of things. I mean, I'm just doing an acting. All the dioramas. So he figures out, what if we change the dress of Krishna and get him there? And Balram is sober. Balram will try to maneuver him. Great idea. Garud, come. So Garud was also crying, but he thought, okay, I should do the service. Garuda, take Krishna and Balram on your back, take them to Nav Vrindavan, and don't take anybody except Rohini. Don't take anybody except Rohini. Absolutely not Padmavati. So now what happens? Krishna is changed into a one dress. On in his pheta or the belt, flute is attached, a peacock feather is made, and they land into land. On Navi Vrindavan. What about the others? They are all hiding behind and seeing the show. Where is Narad Muni? Up there. Samne nahi aunga. He's behind the clouds. He took out his uttariya, made an asan in the meditative pose so that nobody sees him. Garud Maharaj is up there with his big wings doing the shade on Thakurji. And Devaki, Rohini, Satyabhama, Rukmini, Mitravinda, Jamavati, all of them are having a view. Krishna wakes up, Balram tells him. What does Balram tells? Shloka number 8 and 9. We do it together. Shri Krishna Krishna Bho Bhratar Uttishthotishta Jagrahi Pashyadya Velati Granta Vishanti Pashavo Vanam. Krishna Krishna Utho Utho Uttishta Uttishta. Why? Because Pashya Adya, see today, Vela Atikranta. Late ho gaye ho. You have not, I mean, what is happening? Too many dreams? What's going on? Why? Pashyantaste mukhambojam. Next look. Ema gopya parasparam. Karna karnitaya kinchit. Vadantya swam hasanti. Gopis has rahe hain. They are looking at each other. Kana Pusi, Karna Karnitaya, talking between each other, seeing your Mukham Bhojam. These Gopya, they are talking and laughing at you. Wake up. बोलते हैं ना पोपट हो रहा है. So you have to get up, and Krishna immediately wakes up saying what? Shiva, 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 Shiva. So he likes his devotee, so he likes to call his name. And now they see the Madhuri of Krishna. See, it's not Vrindavan, it's now Vrindavan. So it's like flashback. In movies, we have flashback. So the actual glories of the place are talked about here so that we can access through a portal. So they're accessing through a portal. Krishna looks at the diorama of the mother and says, Mom, sorry, I don't know what dream I saw. I became king of Dwarka. I killed the demons. But time is less, and I'm married also so many times. But it's all dream, huh? Later I'll tell you. Rohini says, hey, Kana, already, she's very much anxious, and that's why she's not able to say something. It's already late. You run over, and we'll pack your lunch and send. The truck will come, VCC truck will come. We call it, Braj Bhasha, we call it Chika. The Chika will come, crossbars, and the matkas are hanging, so they will bring. And then Krishna says, okay, fine. He takes because it's a diorama, so Mother Yashoda's hand has Navneet. So Krishna takes a little bit, eats it, and then he goes and tells the friend, thoda, go in the front. Why? Because whose diorama he just saw? Radharani. And Radharani, of course, the diorama Krishna says, Hey Praneshwari. What? Hey Praneshwari. Oh, queen of my soul. Why are you angry at me? Why are you not talking to me? You perhaps know all my dreams, huh? That I married 16,108 times. But it's a very complicated thing. In the Pradosh Kal, when I'll play the flute and you all will come there, I'll tell the detail. Bach gaye baal baal. As they say, right? I was saved. Then Krishna looks here, looks there, takes a flower, throws at Radharani, embraces her, and runs away. Now, when all the Dwarkavasis saw this, everybody fainted because they never saw such Madhuri of the Dwarkadhish Raj, right? Imagine, right, in the office, suited, booted, lip tight, and ghar mein aake, somebody throws a vessel at you. Suppose somebody looks at this Madhuri. It's a home environment. Devaki, जिनको समझना था वो इशारों में समझ गए. तो Devaki faints. Padmavati and Satyabhama run in the motions of embracing and flying kisses and things like that with their lips and the hand. They're running and trying to kiss Krishna. Uddhav and Kalindi stop there. पूरा चौपट करा देंगे because they are so overwhelmed with emotions. They haven't seen such Roop Madhuri. See, we only talk about this. What if we experience that? Hmm? And that experience is actually beyond screen. Saints tell us that the experience comes only through ears. Otherwise, we'll think Arun Govil is Ram. Nitish Bhardwaj is Krishna. सुई वहीं अटक जाएगी. Think about it. Many people think that. In fact, there are people who frame Deepika's and Arun Govil's picture as Sita Ram and Prem. Bhaiya, their body are deteriorating. If you see then and now, it's a lot of difference. So that's why Saint tell us, don't mar your imagination capabilities in this transcendence by spoiling the eyes. Strengthen the ears. Otherwise, it will be like that. Maybe our bhav may get spoiled if we see the actor has become Ram, but outside he's something is happening. Isn't it? That destroys our bhava. Therefore, earlier, the actors also would do tapasya. MS Subbalakshmi became a heroine only in one movie, which her husband made, Meera. She sang the songs. And after that, husband also thought she's not good for any other role. She's a pure soul. She also decided that was the end of her career. But her other career was on of Shravan and Kirtan. Kausalya Supraja Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Uttishta Narashardula Kartavyam Deva Manikam. Isn't it? We hear it daily. So strengthen the ears. That's why we are hearing it, and this is not the end. We'll repeatedly hearing it, repeatedly hear later on, so that we can imagine what is happening to Padmavati and Satyabhama. They're running. Oh, Kalindi stops them And Baldev takes him further and further. Krishna runs and runs and runs. Where am I? Because this seems to be Yamuna, but it's not Yamuna. And Yamuna doesn't have big waves. So then Baldev comes and tells him, you are Dwarkadhish. You have many roles to play. Yudhishthira is doing Rajasuya Yagya. You have to help him. And then the Shalva's younger brother is attacking, and immediately Abhiman changes. So this is also done in the book. Earlier you were called Bhagavan Vacha. When the Nav Vrindavan pastime happens, it said Nanda Nandana Vacha. And then when he comes back again to the role of Dwarkadish, it is Bhagavan Vacha. Is he different, Bhagavan? He's one. Thakurji of Dwarka is not different than Thakurji of Vrindavan. The Abhiman is different. And Brajvasis love the Abhiman of Thakurji here. So now, 5, 10 more minutes. Yes. So the big rabdi has to happen. So everything is now cooled down. Krishna is sober now. He's sitting, and Mother Devaki and Rohini, motherly. Okay, we'll prepare paneer. We'll prepare different things, different items for you. And Krishna is taking a report. What happened? So Uddhava said that all the queens are hiding behind the pillars. They're quite ashamed. And Padmavati is also heart changed. She started now scolding all the queens. Hey, आया उठ पानी के नीचे पहाड़ के नीचे. Now you understood your real glories? The real glories are of gopis. You should go and massage their lotus feet. Padmavati also changed. One person is still not in her own mood. She is having a man. Who is having? Satyabhama. She is sulking in the inner quarters. She has a little sort of transcendental man. So Krishna says, Bulao, call her. I want to see her immediately. So when Satyabhama hears that, she gets terrified, she dresses up and comes in front of Krishna, and here Krishna gives a whole information about love in separation and glories of gopis. This is the beauty of Sanatan Goswami, that finally he's putting words, or rather, these are revealed to Sanatan Goswami, that Krishna himself glorifies gopis. He tells her, if they want me to come to Vrindavan, I'll leave everything. I won't give a damn about you, as they say, and not give a fig about you, and leave immediately to Vrindavan. The problem is that I don't know whether I should go there or not. If I go there, they become so excited that they start thinking about impending separation and fall down unconscious. So the mood is the same whether I go there or not go there. I married all of you just because your Rukmini reminds me of gopis. And because there's 16,108 gopis worshipped Katyayani, I married all of you because these queens were captured by a demon. So, Narakasura. So, no credit goes to you. Krishna keeps extolling the glories of gopis. And one fine place, he, I'm just coming to the shloka, but anyway, we might have to skip, maybe it's not here. He says, I cannot describe it fully. But there is one person who in future will come. He knows all the emotions, and that Badarayani will describe it in complete detail. Who is he talking about? Shukdev Maharaj. So here Krishna has predicted that my dear devotee Shukdev Maharaj will come in the future and describe the glories of gopis. How can I describe it? Even when Shukdev Maharaj came, he described, but because he was in ecstasy, he never coined word of gopi and gopi or any other gopi. Only Devaki and Rohini he used. So finally, Krishna says everything is nice, forgiveness, prasadam is happening, and Krishna asks, "Where is Narad Muni?" So I'll skip some verses because anyway we covered the of those verses in the songs. But But now the last few are important because these are closing of the first khanda of Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Uddhav says he's terrified. He thinks he has created the mess. So he's hiding behind. Krishna says, no mess. He is the greatest beneficiary. So this is the shloka number 11, which I will just translate. Ichet punas tadrisham eva bhavam. It says that if somebody reminds you of your beloved from whom you are separated, he is your greatest friend. So today, he is my greatest friend. Oh, Narada, come, come, come. Ask benedictions. So, you know what Narada asked? That's the first shloka. Three shlokas, shlokas 12 to 13, we recite it together. Shri Krishna Chandra Kayapi Triptirastu Katapi na Bhavato Nugrahe Bhakto Premi Chananda Bhajani. O Krishna, I pray, O Krishna Chandra, I pray that anybody who is doing your Anand Bhajan in Prem, in Bhakti, which is according to your Anugraha Kripa, should never be satisfied. Krishna said, what are you asking? That is the nature. That is the nature of my bhakti. Nobody is ever satisfied. Ask more. Now Narad Muni asks two more um, shlokas, two more benedictions, which it's written here. I'll just describe to you the essence. Or should we say it? Shall we say it? Yes. Let's say it together. Anyway, we are ending. Maybe I'll see you next year or in India. Yes. Okay. पायं पायं व्रज जनगण प्रेम वापी मराल श्रीमन्नामामृतमविरतं गोकुलाभ्युदितं ते तत्तद्वेषाचरितनिकरोज्जृम्भितमिष्टमिष्टम् सर्वालोकान् जगति रमयन् मत्तचेष्टो भ्रमामि. उल्टा भ्रमामि, I should travel. How? Matta chesta, piye hue. What piye hue? Sarva lokan, not in one place. Every lok in the jagat. What piye hue? Shriman nama mritam, the amrit of your name. Payam, payam, again and again drinking. And in this Namamrita, what is there? Tat Tat Vesha Charita. Roop, Guna, Leela, everything is there like a zip file. Vesha Charita Nikara. Nikara means not the nikkar. Nikara means it's samuha. Ujrimbetam. Thasa thas bharavan. So that's why we chant. It's a zip file. It will open up Nam, Guna, Leela, everything. I want to go around and around chanting these glories. Okay, that's it. That's it. Anything else? No, one more. त्वदीयास्ता क्रीडा सकृद्विभुवापि वचसा यदा श्रुत्याङ्गैर्वा स्फुटति कृतधीः कश्चिदपि स नित्यं श्रीगोपी कुचकर्ष काश्मीरविलस त्वदीयाङ्घ्रिद्वन्द्वे कथयतु तरां प्रेम my prema should be there, kalayatu taram, in an exceedingly way, in your lotus feet. Your lotus feet, which are marked by the kumkum from the heart of the gopis. And I want to glorify it by words, by hearing, by dancing, by doing everything else. The plot ends here. And Parikshit Maharaj comes to his mother back again. And he has to give some parting lessons to her mother also, which actually is to all of us. Remember, we said today is full shoot. In the whole lecture, you keep chanting, 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 chanting while you are making rotis, chanting while you're driving. Any mechanical activity can be chant. Why should tongue stop? And in fact, it's a good way also to stop criticizing, stop bringing the thoughts which are unsavory into our tongues by always Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, beats or the clicker. And yesterday I got somebody showed me a new clicker which is like this. Whichever way it works, or our fingers, or our mala, Depends. Fast, slow, whatever way. Keep chanting. And that's the conclusion of Brihad Bhagavatamrita. What is the conclusion of Srimad Bhagavatam? Nama Sankirtanam Yasya Sarva Papa Pranashanam. Pranami Dukkha Shamano
Tam namami.
Harim Param. Nam. And what is the end here? Shloka number 16. Matar Gopa Kishoram Tam Tvam Charasara Sambudhim तत्प्रेममोहिताभि श्रीगोपीरहितो व्रतम् अमुषां दास्यमिच्छन्ति तादृशमेव भङ्गिभिः नित्यं भजस्व तन्नाम संकीर्तनपरायण. Three lessons are given here, which is actually our Gaudiya Vaishnavism, which Srila Prabhupada has given. First, Amusham Dasyam Icchanti, desire service of the gopis. Isn't it? All our acharyas are what? Manjaris? Isn't it? So first is Radhika Dasyechava or Amusham Gopinam Dasyechava first. And then to what? Tadrisha Prema Bhangivi Nityam Bhajasva. Just like how they serve, aspire for that mood. Develop a relationship with Thakurji. Now that comes with time. But I think after some time, we are, I think it's up to us. We can establish a relationship with Krishna. Prabhupada would say, think of him as your master, even your friend. Now you say, but Prabhuji, abhi friend, baad mein sakhi nikal gaya. What's the problem? Khai jalebi, mili rabdi. Sakha with Krishna, being friend with Krishna is jalebi. Being sakhi with Krishna is rabdi. Dono is nice. How does it matter? But with that relationship, if we establish, then we will have the bhav, and we'll do the third step, which is Tannama Sankirtana Parayana. With that mood, we will chant the names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. श्री बृहद भागवतामृत प्रथम खंड की जय। नारद मुनि महाराज की जय। परीक्षित महाराज की उत्तरा मैया की जय। मिनी ऋषि की जन्मय जय। राजर्षि की सनातन गोस्वामी पाद की जय। शीला प्रभुपाद की गोपी परान धान प्रभु एंड भानु स्वामी महाराज की जय। सभी भक्त वृंद की जय जय श्री राम. Thank you very much. We didn't go much further, so we are still on time. 9:05. 5 minutes early. We can take questions, reflection, comments. What stuck with you in this entire seminar of four series? Seminar series of four discussions. Something which you'll take back with you, or you have questions. Let us know. Question? Ah, yes. Your name? Varsha. Varsha, yes. I had a question. Um, if a living entity is based, if a living entity's eternal identity is based in the Vaikuntha planet, and that same living entity, as a human in the material world, develops an attraction for Krishna and Vrindavan, when that person attains prema bhakti and goes back to the spiritual world, will they go back to the Vaikuntha planets or will they go to Vrindavan? Well, if somebody has developed a rag towards Braj Bhakti, Thakurji will notice that. In fact, it's an interesting thing. Whatever route Thakurji wants to give you is exactly what something you will get attracted to. And even if you go to Braj Bhakti, but you will become a liberated soul, Siddha in Vrindavan. There is an interesting dynamics which you would have heard by Gaurang Darshan Prabhu, that the Brajvasis also expand to become Vaikuntavasis. So Sri Rama expands as Garuda. I mean, there is some dichotomy which is showed there. So the Brajbas, in fact, queens, who are they? They're expansions of gopis. So there is a one-to-one mapping. So which means Brajbasis will also serve in Vaikuntha. And Gaudiya Vaishnavas get another deal. We will serve in Shvetadvip, which is Nitya Navdvip Dham also, in the form of associates of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Does that answer your question? Yes.
Does probably um, does Krishna give the desire? We get the desire, then we get.
In this, we can just say that everything is a gift. Gift coming through the medium of Sri Guru. Guru, Krishna, Kripa, Pai, Bhakti, Lata, Beach. But we do it, and as Manan Prabhu was nicely encapsulating yesterday, that we do sadhana to attract the Kripa. If you don't do sadhana, we are not serious enough, right? So we do sadhana to attract the Kripa, and then slowly and slowly all these things unfurl. Okay. More thoughts? So, yes. Yes. We can begin the next class. Om Namah. Yeah. No, so it's very interesting, how Narad Muni. We also, when we come to Krishna consciousness, you want to know a journey, you are interested in knowing the journey and how, in the beginning and how they came in contact with devotees. That's the intensity. Is there in devotees and how he goes through the excited. The one thing which when I heard first time in this book when Hanumanji and Naradji wanted to meet. Yeah, and I will interject that Narad Muni, this we didn't say, after the whole journey, he goes back to that Brahmana and tells what all has happened because they are waiting for him. Did you get the final result? Results. Mm. Go ahead. So how each devotee is special actually. Yes. In their own respect. Yes. And that one point it really struck me, which I think because of time may not have discussed this about Hanumanji. He's excited to go to meet the Pandavas. Yesterday we discussed. Oh, yes, okay. Yes. He's excited, but he says, Eka Patni Vrata Dhare, ityadi, ityadi. He glorifies, then he gets into the Ram mood. Very true. It's amazing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Only one second. Yes. I'm very new to this thing. Actually, I don't know much about Bhagavatam, but I have this somewhat doubt. Actually, there are two stories: Gopal Kumar stories and Narad Muni stories. So they look like same thing. So what is the basic difference? Why there are two stories? Yes. I think yesterday Kalya Mataji asked this question. There are parallels. So in the first story, what is happening? The personality is important. Who has gotten the mercy? And when the story ends, see, we have not gone to Braja, but we have glorified gopis from Dwarka. This prompts Uttara to ask the next question to Parikshit Maharaj, which I don't know was covered in the seminar by Gaurang Darshan Prabhu, but the question was, Uttara is saying, I cannot tolerate if you say that other Vaikuntha Vasis and Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai Nanda Maharaj and Yashoda Mai have the same destination as the other Vaikuntha Vasis. This is intolerable to me. They must be having a higher destination. So the Gopakumar story, the levels are of the places. That's why it is Golok Mahatmya Khand. The first is Sri Bhagavad Kripa Sar Nirdharan Khand. So the first is the importance of personalities. Of course, personalities and places are tied together, but the second, much more important, is the place, and it becomes more intricate. Because Gopakumar, every launch pad is Vraj only. He goes, comes back, goes up, and then in the end, he says, I spent some time here, some time there. I don't see the difference. And that's very much modern understanding, also. Modern understanding, even the saints who are living now, who have kind of made a hole in the curtain of the Yog Maya so that they can see what is happening behind the curtain and go seemingly here and there. For them, Golok Vrindavan is same as Gokul Vrindavan. In fact, Gokul Vrindavan is sweeter because here Janma Leela happens and some pizzas also you get it. But, but it is very much Naravat. And even Rupa Goswami says that Upar wala Vrindavan is like a Vaibhava Prakash, like a facsimile of this Vrindavan. So the place is the central aspect in the Gopakumar story.
Yeah, he mentioned. Yeah, he mentioned, I'm sure. Yeah, yeah. It's about Dama. The other one is who is the best devotee. Yes, yes. And although they are linked together, as you rightly pointed out, because the best devotee will stay in the best dham in that sense, right? Thank you. From your question, doesn't seem you're new to Brihad Bhagavatam, right? Okay. Um, yes. At the end, you mentioned there are some conclusions like Nam Jap and desire service of Gopi, and just like how they serve inside that. Serve in a mood of sneha. Yeah. So regarding that desire service of Gopi, so I didn't understand. Okay. Yeah. Well, the entire Braj mood is a corollary to service of gopis. Like everything is expanded by gopis in the sense that they form the inner circle around Krishna, right? Then there are sakhas, then there is Nanda Maharaj Yashoda Mai, then there are cows and things like that. So they are our most worshipable, correct? And because he has narrated this, the best devotees are the gopis, right? Yatha Gopika Nam. So he's telling mother also, you should also desire to serve in the mood of servant of the gopis. And that's exactly what Srila Prabhupada taught us. Right? Servant of before serving Radha Rani, we should know about the gopis. So is there any gopi Krapa Gata? For the gopi. Well, there are I think Lalita Ashtakam is there and other yeah I think Lalita Sahasranam is also there like a Lalita and Vishaka is the same like a Radha Rani. Means last three is just Lalita Vishaka are the most dear associates of Sri Radha, like left and right hand. We can't become Lalita Sakya. We cannot become any Manjari also. But someone say we can think last top, the last per second. Someone, some great thing think about that. Yeah, so for that last, what will be better? We can think in that way that our acharyas are also in the Nitya Siddha roop of Manjaris. So we first think about them. Okay. Thank you. More thoughts, questions, reflections. But isn't it amazing? Bhagavatam, Brihad Bhagavatamrit, and even the last book also, which Gopakumar's story also, there's such a focus on Naam. And I think this is a launch pad for tomorrow's session. That jaise taise, naam nahi chhote. Sometimes we may do tigdam and ऐसे करें वैसे करें यूं करें अरे करें. Yes, we can do all the things, but उसमें करना नहीं छूट जाए. Like for the writers, we say writers research about writing except writing. So we do a lot of research about writing, when to write, how to write, who to except writing. So Srila Prabhupada and Acharya say, okay, do all the mahol around ambience around chanting, but don't forget chanting. And in the end, we pray to Krishna and ask Srila Prabhupada, I am doing, you take care. This is something we'll be very elaborate tomorrow in Linwood on this. And it's so interestingly that we were preparing this, I felt, oh, this is exactly where we'll begin tomorrow. Because the conclusion is Tan Nama Sankirtana Parayana. Parayana means somebody who is dedicated to Nam Sankirtan. Dedicated, right? Unfailingly. Unfailingly. Thank you. Prabhuji, one question. Yes. I know Durga Ma, I can connect any Durga Ma, but I'm unable to understand Radha Rani, her bhav, because in Durga Ma we just sari chidate hain, like it's like that. In Durga Ma we can't understand how to connect with the Radha Rani. How we connect with the Radha Rani or Sakhis, Gopis. Hmm. Well, they are first, we can think they're best of the devotees of Sri Krishna. They're the most intimate, confidential devotees of Sri Krishna. And we are just the servant of the servant. So let's first begin with that. Servant of the servant. Say Radha Rani is Durga Ma, Durga Ma is Radha Rani. So is that नहीं वो उसमें इतना tautology नहीं है. Durga and all other Lakshmi tattvas, everybody are expansion of the expansions of Radha Rani. So just like all Vishnu tattvas are expansion of Vishnu. Like that, all Shakti Tattvas are expansion of Shri Ram. Okay. So Shitala Mata, Durga Mata, राधा रानी कैसे खुश ठाकुर जी का नाम लेने से हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे.
So tomorrow morning 9 o'clock, Prabhu will.
9 o'clock? No, 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 not 9 o'clock. 1 o'clock.
But yeah, the
Program starting.
the program, the Japa retreat starts at 9. So everybody, I request you to be
Yes.
there at
Yeah.
9 at Linwood. And then Prabhuji will give a talk on
Songs of
songs
Shastra. Musical.
at 1.
Only music.
So yeah, it'll be a full day Japa. Yeah.
And also Sunday, Prabhu has
Huh.
Hanuman Chalisa at 11 o'clock at CC.
Oh.
Sammamish.
No. At
6:30.
6:30 p.m. At
Okay.
Linwood.
Time changed.
Linwood.
At Linwood. At Linwood.
On the ground.
In Hindi.
Nandagram. And
At
in Hindi.
At 6:30.
6:30. Okay.
Avdi Bhasha.
Any other
So,
programs of Prabhu on Saturday?
Saturday is youth.
Youth, that is youth.
Yeah, that is youth.
I mean, if you think yourself to be youth, take his permission. And
Sunday morning you don't have anything.
Sunday, I think, yeah, Sunday, some, Nitya, I have to meet some devotees. There's no problem. Done? Recording. Thank you again so very much. Sunday.